Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, Govind English Teacher. Today, one of my friends from teaching community is with us, and he is none other than B. Srinivas Rao, a teacher of English language. Today, we came with a different new topics, which is very important, essential. Those who want to learn English language, learning English language communication. Welcome back to my channel, sir, Srinivas Rao, sir.
Hi, I'm very happy to be a part of your video and thank you for calling me again. Let's have the discussion.
Yes, sir. First question, sir. Can you tell about your teaching experience?
Sir, I have been a teacher since 2000. Okay, for 24 years, I've been in teaching field. As an English teacher, I completed only 1 year. Last year, June, I have been promoted as an English teacher. And this June, I am finishing 1 year service as an English teacher.
Thank you, sir. The second question, in your experience, what are the most common reasons why people struggle to speak English fluently?
Yes, sir. There are a lot of points to be noted about why people are hesitating or feeling very uncomfortable speaking English. There are a lot of points. I want to specify some points, sir. For example, the educational infrastructure in countries like India, there are so many barriers in learning English due to the educational infrastructures. Of course, the situation has been improved recently, but there was less scope. For example, the people who are at middle age like us struggle a lot rather than the recent generations because our learning was in a certain way that only there was focus on grammar or any structural sentences. A lot of importance was given to writing an exam. Performing an exam in a written form was treated as English learning those days. This was one of the reasons there was lacking spoken skills or fear of speaking English. This is a reason, and people are feeling that most of the people are feeling that we are noted as being spoken mistakes. People will recognize our mistakes. They will look at us and they will troll us like that. People are hesitating to speak English. For this regard, let's have some discussion.
Yes, sir.
For example, India, in our community, in our local area, there is no matter of pointing out our mistakes because all of we are in an equal stage at the speaking of English, sir.
Yeah.
Whenever we get a bigger platform, for example, if you go to an English speaking country like England or America, even then also it is not a problem. Even in America, there are a lot of slangs. No single slang is being treated as official. Our slang is Indian slang, you can say. Nothing to worry about, nothing to degrade about our English slang in India. The Telangana slang was treated as an inferior one once upon a time in Andhra Pradesh. But later on, when the states were bifurcated and Telangana state has been formed, the Telangana slang got lot of pride. Every film in Telugu, it is being used in Telangana slang. Okay. So no slang is inferior to another one. A time comes to each slang to be flourished. In the same way, we should not degrade our slang as an Indian slang. No, we should not feel shy to speak our English. This is the major problem every Indian speaker is facing, that whether I speak mistakes, my slang is not okay, but we should not consider it as a problem.
Our third question is, how do
Okay.
psychological factors such as fear of making mistakes and lack of confidence impact language learning?
For every psychological aspect, there is always a fear of mistake. To avoid this, we have to be very confident. We have to gain the confidence to lot of practice. We have to gain the chances to perform. All those people who want to speak English at bigger platforms need to avoid this fear just by practicing, grabbing the chances to speak and making your 100% efforts.
The fourth question is, what changes would you suggest to improve English language education in school?
Lack of motivation in students, sir. I can
Yeah.
identify that most of the students are afraid of speaking English. Not they can write English well, but they don't come forward to speak English. As we are having career guidance courses and so many other motivational courses in our schools, we have to encourage the students, we have to motivate them to speak in English. We have to make them, we have to build their confidence that they can also speak English. So there, every teacher should take such a steps that they encourage children to speak English. They give space to each and every student so that he speaks well in English. At least he attempts to speak in English. Slowly they will pick up their language. Our syllabus should be transformed in such a way that it make relevance to the real life of students living. Okay. Each and everything we teach on in the lessons should be show an impact on their lives. But unfortunately, only literature is being given priority in our curriculum as far as English is concerned.
Yes.
So there should be some content should be provided to students which they can learn and reflect in their real lives. It will help them a lot to speak English. So I hope such changes would come in future. But fortunately, there are some strategies are being implemented in our schools also, like Learn a Word, TOEFL. We can utilize them.
How do cultural and the social factors influence English language learning?
Sir, in every society, language has a utmost important. In the every tradition, every ritual, every activity going in the culture is deeply associated with the language they speak. In the same way, some groups of the society, some social groups who are at the creamy layer can speak the language very polished rather than the lower group people in the society. In the same way, English also is in the initial days in India, English has been associated with the upper sections of the society. And also rural and urban differences make a lot of difference in learning English. It is being observed in India that the urban area people are capable of speaking English rather than rural area. So most of us like who came from rural area, in our areas, the people are struggling a lot.
Yeah.
To avoid this, the government has to take such an action that in rural areas also, the children should be capable of competing with the urban area students. Okay. In our lesson, Kalam with Children, Abdul Kalam sir has explained a thing that Sivasubramanyam Iyer told Abdul Kalam sir that I will make you compete with the people who are in urban areas. That is the point. So we have to strengthen the education, particularly in the concerning with English language. We have to given chances to the students who are in rural area also, so that they can compete with the urban area students.
Yes, sir. The very, very important question, sir. The most frequently asked question, what advice would you give to someone who is struggling to stay motivated in their language learning journey?
Sir, my advice is to any person who wants to speak fluent English is the first one is to be motivated within himself or herself. Self motivation is so important. Every time you get some motivation, you do some work, but later on it is being neglected. Continuing the effort is very important. Okay, unless your self motivation and your continuation of your effort, you can't learn a language. And the next thing is you have to form a group of people around you. So the external motivation is being flourished on you each time. If you achieve something in spoken skills, then someone is there to encourage you. So just we are doing through these videos, any person should be form such a peer group, learning group around him. Okay. So the self-motivation and this external motivation will lead you to get better results. This type of motivation, nothing is possible. You read, you watch a YouTube channel, you get some motivation, you do work for 2 or 3 days, and then you neglect. Is nothing to go, is nothing to do good in your career. Sir, can you extend this discussion regarding this point?
Yes, sir. Why not, sir? Because to motivate oneself, internal motivation is that doesn't affect forever. So there should be internal motivation, and also to strengthen internal motivation, and one should come out of the comfort zone. Because many people they want to be in a comfort zone, so that they won't like to come forward. So they won't like to push forward. They won't like to talk something. So when
Yes.
they all try to overcome this fear. So one should be very particular about internal motivation. For that only, you should try to come out from the comfort zone so that it can be possible. So one should always stay motivated when one who is always strengthen his internal motivation, because we are all grown up. So
Yes.
so success is not in wishing, it is in doing. Many people they want to get success, they wish everything, but merely wishing success that doesn't happen. So
Yes, sir.
it is in doing. Success can be done in doing. That means you have to put into practice by coming out of the comfort zone, by staying motivated every time, and using all the opportunities and grab the opportunities and create the opportunities. One can be very fluent and a perfect speaker. So that can be possible only by
Yes.
strengthening
Yes.
internal motivation. So one has
Thank you.
to develop. Thank you, Srinivas sir, for coming to my live session and
Thank you.
sharing your experience regarding English language.
Making a part of your videos, and I'm very happy to interact like this. It's not only encouraging the other viewers, but also it's making us to get benefit through this process, because we can also improve our spoken skills. We can express our ideas through this platform. Thank you, sir. Thank you for making this successful.
Okay, thank you very much.